Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with part 8 of my video series, Rare Movies Not on DVD or Blu-ray. I'm back with 3 more titles that have never received an official DVD or Blu-ray release in the US. First up is actually a TV show that aired on the Disney Channel in the 90s, and it is Adventures in Wonderland. Now, this is pretty much a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, a variation of sorts. It stars this girl who also played in My Date with the President's Daughter, which I showed in another one of these videos in this series. She plays Alice, but instead of going through, down the rabbit hole into Wonderland, she actually goes through the mirror in her bedroom. She travels through the mirror at the beginning of each episode and enters into Wonderland, where she meets all the characters, the March Hare and the Mad Hatter, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the Queen of Hearts, the Caterpillar, all the typical characters from Alice in Wonderland. I always enjoyed the show. It was definitely a fun take on the classic. And it had a slight darkness to it, of course, and I always appreciated that as a kid because, even when I watched children's shows and shows that were meant for kids, I was still a horror fan, so I liked that little bit of darkness, that creepiness, that surrealness in my children's shows as well. So this definitely had that. Always enjoyed it, as I said. Not sure why it hasn't been released on DVD, at least. I know it was a fairly popular show at the time. But they did release a few episodes here on VHS, 3 VHS tapes. That's all they ever released on home video. And these are actually all brand new, unopened. Glad to have them. And, at some point I probably will open up at least one of them to revisit this one because I always liked it. Moving on to the horror titles now. Next up is a 1989 horror film, Grave Secrets. Now, this one does not get mentioned a lot. I really never hear anybody talk about this one. The thing that always stood out to me with this is the cover. This guy right here. I remember seeing it at the video store, always seeing this cover, really thinking it was creepy. And I have to say, I don't remember too much about this movie. I do remember renting it specifically because of the cover, and I also remember thinking that was the coolest part of this movie. So it's not to say that this movie is bad, because again, I haven't seen it in a long time, so my opinion definitely could have changed over the years. It's simply that, there was no stalker in a mask going around slashing people up in this one, and that tends to be what I enjoyed as a kid. I loved Halloween and Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and all them, so that could definitely be why I didn't appreciate this one as much. I haven't seen this probably since I was 5 years old, and yes, I watched horror movies when I was that young. Before I was the horror man, I was the horror boy, so I always watched horror films, and as I said, I don't remember too much about this one. It's basically about a girl who's being haunted by ghostly apparitions. She seeks the help of a psychic. I know there's a seance scene in this one with some cheesy effects that I do remember that. But other than that, I don't remember too much. As I said, I'm going to have to revisit this one again because, as I said, it's been a very long time since I've seen it, and I wish to give this one another chance, just for the cool cover alone. But Grave Secrets, no DVD, no Blu-ray in the US. The final movie I'll be showing in this video is another VHS tape with amazing cover art. And it's a 1977 slasher film called Haunts. Just look at that cover. Absolutely incredible. I've been wanting this VHS for a while, specifically because of the cover art, and I recently picked it up. Now, I do remember watching this one, and I actually remember a bit more about it than I do Grave Secrets. However, I don't remember too much. As I said, it's a slasher from the 70s, so it doesn't really feel like a Friday the 13th kind of slasher or Sleepaway Camp. And there's a bit of a mystery element in this one as well. Basically, it's a small town where the local girls are being killed off one by one by a killer with a pair of scissors. The main girl, played by Mae Britt, believes that her uncle may in fact be the killer. So again, bit of a mystery element in this one. Not your typical, stalk and slash, blood and gore type movie, but good all around. A bit slow in areas, a few twists and turns, but I still remember enjoying it. And you know what? Even if it was terrible, just look at that cover. Worth it for that alone. So that is it for part 8 of my video series, Rare movies not on DVD or Blu-ray. I'll be back soon with some more for part 9. I do want to say that Haunts has in fact been released on a made-on-demand disc that can be ordered on Amazon, but since it's not an official DVD release, I thought I could include it here in this video. Plus, I thought you guys would love to see a cool cover like that. But anyway, leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think about these. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.